How's it going, guys? Got that second game between Sallinator and Hamster Berserker, the best of three from the Warpstone Cup. Sallinator bringing the Beastmen up against Hamster Berserker's Bretonia. For Sallinator, we do have Taurox with Brass Body and Slaughterer's Call for that melee attack, leadership, and charge bonus buff. For the magic side, we do have a Bray Shaman on a chariot with no surprise there, Pit of Shades and Melkos. Melkos to slow down any skirmishers, just to deal general damage to any flyers as well. Slow them down, give you appropriate time to catch on to them. And Pit of Shades for, blobs. That is it for the caster. We are for the front line. It's going to be mostly Ungor Chaff, no surprise there. A single unit of Pestigores is what I believe, yes. And they should do okay here. They have relatively low melee defense, as you guys know, 25. But they do have Tears of Nurgle, which could be okay if they're trying to chase down any, again, skirmishing or cab nearby that it's, routing. Just slow them down, give other creatures like Centaurs time to chase them down. Or just they have the AP and everything, so they can do okay against any possible squires, I think they're called. I forget what they're called. Nonetheless, the armored infantry. But yeah, they should do okay here. They will take a decent amount of damage from peasants, but they'll be fine. Skirmishing wise and cav wise, we do have Centaurs of Zinch, 3 of them in total, plus the Grogos of Wolf's Run for the skirmishing. War got that regen and strong vigor, plus that leadership buff. We also have 2 Minos with great weapons. You gotta bring them in this matchup. You're gonna be answer to your Grail Knights, Royal Hippogriffs, Pegasus Knights, etc. Knights of the Realm. For the Bretonian side, we are gonna have Alberic with Foe Seeker, Wrath of Manan for clearing out that chaff. Has some pretty good damage with 100% AP as well. Plus provides that discourage effect, which is fantastic against low leadership factions like the Beastmen. Ungor typically, I think they have piss poor, 54 base. So, and then you throw in like being attacked, etc. And fear or terror causing monsters. Yeah, they'll route extremely quickly, especially with the help of a Wrath of Manan. Yeah, he is on his Hippogriff mounts. We do have Royal Hippogriff Knights as well, along with some Royal Pegasus Knights in the back for that anti-large weapon magic attacks. For the magic side, we are no surprise going to have a Damsel of Life with Earthblood to heal those guys up, because it's going to be very important to Flesh of Stone to help mitigate some of that missile fire or skirmishing from the Beastmen and attacks from Minotaurs. Because there's not really magic damage, not a whole lot of magic damage on the Beastman side, aside from Centaurs. Front line, mostly peasants, with Spearmen at Arms, aka Peasant at Arms. And skirmishing, we are going to have some mounted yeomans. They should generally do okay here. Oh yeah, I also forgot the Alberic does have his Braid of Portaloo, granted that bonus for his large leadership and Strider for allies near range. Of course, going to be perfect for his Hippogriff Knights. So, and we also have Henry Le Massif. He's going to be on a Hippogriff as well. Don't usually see that. Usually he's just on a horse, but he's on a Hippogriff. Cool. But yes, mobility-wise, all we have are the Hippogriffs, Pegasus, and Mounted Yeoman, which could spell trouble for the Bretonian side. You need something to protect those Mounted Yeomen, especially with Melkos being so prevalent in the meta. And so stuff to chase down, duel off Centaurs, especially Centaurs of Zinch, Knights of the Realm, do okay there against their 35 armor and 22 melee, relatively low melee defense. So Knights of the Realm would have been perfect here, but we'll see how it goes. Definitely easier to protect these guys over peasant archers, but nonetheless, nothing going around the sides. We got some infantry engaging. The Centaurs get a charge in there. Not really going to do a whole lot of damage. Kind of a limp charge. on that one. Gonna be another charge here, and it's gonna be a limp charge as well, I believe. Let's see. And does, yeah, limp. Pit of Shades possibly dropped here on the peasants, and yeah, it's gonna be wiping out those peasants. Xenagor's pulled back because that fight was unimportant. Xenagor's gonna be pushing through that front line. Xenagor's get engaged by Henry Le Massif, which is honestly kind of a mistake, but it's okay. You're stopping them from getting their charge, and you're getting some damage in, though it's mostly being mitigated by shields, and Henry Le Massif is taking a lot of damage, in fact, which you're going to have to heal up. 35 melee defense is not great on that big SE. He's going to get surrounded easily and poked down. And if you're going to be landing, please don't do it when Minotaurs with great weapons are nearby. Jeez, that's so terrifying, but I think he's going to get out. Royal Pegasus Knights are on a standby, though, just in case. Hippogriff secured a nice charge here on the Xenagors, and are getting some fire and support from the mounted yeomans, though we do have Minotaurs, again, like as I said, please don't do it with Minotaurs nearby. They're going to get a charge in here and help out with the Hippogriff fight. But if it's just them, and with the hope of the Pegasus Knights, theoretically this should do well. But Taurox is here as well, and Alberic is a good fighter, but not fantastic. If we were talking Lewin here, then that'd be a whole different situation, but it's just Alberic, and he's kind of just, he's okay. But yeah, there's a big old pit fight here, a big old blob fight here. It's gonna be this is gonna be a very, very important fight, and if these Minotaurs get here, at this point, when I see the Minotaurs coming over, I honestly would have just put out the Hippogriffs, because one, where's your life caster at? Close enough to get a Nerf Blood, I believe. But if not, she can come over and throw a Nerf Blood on there, or at least throw a Flesh to Stone, because these guys really are going to need that Flesh to Stone and Earth Blood to keep them in this fight, if you're going to keep them for this long. But this could be very bad here for the Bretonnian side. We're going to have a Wrath of Manon hitting these Minotaurs, reducing their leadership, and actually might rout these Minotaurs right here. Minus 16 leadership down to 0. Is it going to go into the negatives? Oh, is it going to recover? Up to what? -9. Okay, there they go with the rout. That's beautiful. Gargoyles of Wolf's Run routed off the mounted yeoman archers, which is so detrimental for the Bretonnian side, especially considering their other one is just being chased off by Unger Horde. This is not great here. You really need that fire and support to get rid of these Gargoyles of Wolf's Run. It's the only thing you guys have to screen out both the Minotaurs and the skirmishing from the Beastman side. These guys as well are just kind of be wasted back here, wasting their shots into these Pestigors who do have that missile resistance. You need to pull them in and start shooting or chase down these Minotaurs, because if you chase down these Minotaurs and break them and completely shatter them, that's going to be a fantastic pick. They won't come back in. They still have 8 models. They could put in a lot of work even with that relatively low HP. But yeah, this fight is going awful for the Praetorian side, and this is a great value trade here for the Beastman side. These Xenagors are racking up so much value, just beating down on Henry Le Massif. He should be over there supporting Alberic and the Hippogriffs, but he's just stuck on these Xenagors, and it was such a horrible mistake there for Berserker. I'm so sorry to say that, but sure, it's great pulling down these Xenagors and killing off models, but he is much more needed elsewhere, like here, or saving the damsel and, beating down on the Brave Shaman while the Minotaurs are distracted here, because right now the value is going to be going a lot in the favor of Beastman here. I mean, Hippogriff Knights are down to 7 models. Flesh of Stone is popped, overcasted. But the issue is that should have come in a lot sooner. I know it's been on them for a while now, but it should have come in a lot sooner when that early engagement, when those Minotaurs got there. Same with an Earthblood as well. But yeah, they're going to die here. 3 models. They're going to be dragged down. Alberic has to flee. Pegasus Knights are also lost as well. And I think this whole engagement here might have just lost the Bretonnian the game here, unfortunately. But we'll see. Brave Shaman, realizing that the Damsel's got hands, is going to dip out here. Mel's cost thrown on top of that, the mounted yeomans, and actually that's perfect, because that gives them time for these Xenagors to run in there, get a charge in. Same with these Minotaurs, and that's gonna tear out them. Yep, or just leadership bomb them, and they're gone. They get 31 leadership. They took so much freaking damage as well, and the Xenagors are just gonna be able to chase them off now. They're gone. And these Mounted Yeomen are gone as well with the help of the Grogs of the Wolf's Run. Damsel is recouping over here with the two leadership entities of the Bretonian side. These Mounted Yeomen are being chased off by Centaurs. This is really the only good value here for the Bretonian side so far. Pulling a relatively expensive Centaurs away from the fight by just being kiting them with the Mounted Yeomen, but the Mounted Yeomen in return are not able to provide their missiles for the fight over here. But nonetheless, no other skirmishing left for the Bretonian side unless these Mounted Yeomen are able to come back. Two Royal Pegasus Knights are back, but they're not going to provide any utility. Henry is so beat up, 835 HP. He desperately needs some healing. And I'm sure Bretonian side has a lot of Winds of Magic to spare for that. So just going to speed it up as Bretonian side just chase down the Centaurs. Might be eventually be able to catch them, or they'll have to be forced to retreat. All that's left here for the Bretonian side, however, on the infantry is some beat up spearmen. We have one relatively close to full health one, and one less than half, plus some peasant mobs. These Mounted Yeoman archers finally came back, but this right here, this is not going to be enough. And the Beastman player noticing, Sallinator noticing, is just going that all the important pieces left for the Bretonian side are busy chasing off this one single unit. Sallinator's going to say, okay, you're going to do that, let me do this. Let me go absolutely destroy what units you have left, leadership bomb them because they are Bretonians, and run them over completely. So they're just going to come over and watch this. Taurox is going to get in there, and then they're going to go recharge from the Centaurs, and yeah, the peasants are gone, or the spearmen are gone. Then there goes another spearman with another charge in from the Centaurs and the Ungors, and they're gone. And what is this casted? Milkos? Yeah, Milkos on the Mounted Yeomen. The Mounted Yeomen are going to be gone here soon. Yep, Centaurs get a charge in on them, and they're routed. Yep, that is Bretonian leadership for you when your leadership is elsewhere. Yeah, look at the balance of power. It's tricking in the Beastman's favor, and we're going to speed it up a little bit here as stuff gets chased down and shattered. Speaking of shattering, Pegasus Knights shatter. Not that they're going to provide much help. Henry is still in a terrible situation, but finally a nice heal there. Yeah, him on his Hippogriff I don't think is a solid choice at all. That melee defense really sucks. I mean, I understand why he's much more mobile on this. I think he can get a Pegasus as well, though. Him on a Pegasus is fine. But if not, just him on a horse. Maybe I understand the mobility choice there. But the issue is that he has such low melee defense, and if he's unsupported, he will get wrecked. But, I mean, I guess it has more to do with plays with him rather than the mount being the issue. But Henry and Albert are going to try to snipe out Taurox, but that's really not going to happen here. He has his item, first of all. He may be on cooldown, but his ward save item. And not only that, he also has the Minotaur support, Unger Spearman and whatnot. Just all this support coming in. They're not going to... Alberic is not that great of a damage dealer, and even with Henry, it would take quite a bit for Taurox to be brought down. Not a bit, but it would give... There's plenty of time for the Beastmen to react. Another Wrath of Manon hitting all of these Beastmen units. Terror routes causes these Unger to terror route. Might cause some leadership bombs on these Minotaurs. No, they're going to be steady at 24. Damsel got into the fight, and that was a mistake for the Bretonian side. She is going to hate that situation and start taking a lot of damage from Taurox there. Yikes. Yeah, she's going to regret that. She threw some hands at the Brave Shaman, but Brave Shaman just went over and got some protection from Taurox, who does pop that brass body. Yeah, he was just beating down on her as payback, and she's gonna dip out. She's gone. Alberic jumping down to save her with the help of Henry, but they're swarmed now, and they're not beating this blob. Brave Shaman chasing down Damsel. Melkos to slow her down, try to catch up with her. Alberic coming over. We do have some spearmen at arms coming back. Have come back, sitting idly by. Might be able to help out, but it's just this is going to the Beastman side. Can you, by the way, can you disengage with if all you have is single entities engage in combat? Like, I thought you had to have a multi-entity, like, infantry engage in combat if you wanted to disengage your SEs. Or if you have two SEs, to have one engage in combat while the other one disengages to chase another target. I don't know. I'm not 100% on root rules. Somebody let me know in the comments. Obviously, it doesn't matter because the Bretonian player won this, but, you know, for clarification, would be nice, I suppose. Yeah, Albert trying to scrap this game back in, but I think Hamster Berserker needs to realize that this game is over, unfortunately. But it was a good scrap from Hamster Berserker. Really good scrap, but that will be going to the Bray Herd. Fantastic game, though very unfortunate. Unfortunately called pretty early on once you lost those very big important pieces there for the Bretonian side. Because all you have left out of that is peasants and two SEs, which will just get surrounded and beat down. Especially when it's Alberic. Alberic, again, is good, but he's no Lewin. He's no Carl Franz. He's alright. But nonetheless, let's get into this value as this video is getting along. 1871 there on Taurox. He did fantastic, just beating down on Alberic. The Pegasus Knights just rolling dirty through all the Bretonian peasants and just did wonderful work. Of course, the Bray Shaman got some good value, 1245. Low cost, easy to pick up value. Just super easy to spam it out. And Pit of Shades as well. I think I only saw one. But yeah, easy to rack up value. Slowing down those mounted yeomen so your Centaurs can catch them is such a brilliant play. And yeah, it's perfect for something like that. 1412 and 1995 the Minotaurs, yeah, no surprise there. Did fantastic. If one of those got chased off, like I was hoping they would, then that would have left the British Beastmen with just one Minotaur's Warrior weapon. And maybe it was winnable in that situation, but I still think that's a stretch there. But it still would have given the Bretonian more room. But yeah, they just racked up their value fairly easily, beating down on the hippogriffs and whatnot. 1665 in the Wild Gloves of Wolf's Run, they chased off the mounted yeomen. They were so instrumental in bringing down those hippogriffs because their axes just have such fantastic AP. Not only that, they have poison as well, reducing those hippogriff stats, and just were able to mount up so much damage, so much value on those guys. It was, yeah, it was just so important there for the Beastmen. 264, 71. These two, they don't really perform that well, but this one, 2604, I guarantee you this is probably the one that just beat down on good old Henry, and probably just chased down, probably was the one who also chased down this mounted yeoman. So just fantastic work from them. There's Protoss shields mitigating a lot of skirmish fire. Just good stuff all around. Everything else, you know, Ungar's infantry. Just, don't really talk about that. 1606 on Alberic. He did fine. He did okay. Alberic is just, he's a guy. He's a lad. He tried it best. 1507. Yeah, the Hippo Knights unfortunately just did not put out with, they did not have the support they needed from spells, and they were stuck in combat for way too long with anti-large duelists or anti-large specialized AP monstrous infantry. 415 on Henry. Did fine as well, but I'm not sure if he paid for himself. I don't know how expensive he is on the Hippogriff. Pegasus Knights were the real big loss. There's 746, 11 kills. They just suffered a lot. But good game nonetheless. And I'll catch you guys next time with the next one. Actually, is this the best? I'd have to check the score 1 second real quick. Yes. No, this is the final of the best of 3. Good best of 3 from both players. I'll catch you guys next time with another one. Bye bye.